Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. And 1 month ago today, I got this Tesla. And I thought I'd tell you about the 10 things that I really love about my Tesla Model Y. The interior space on a Tesla Model Y is absolutely palatial. There is so much room that you are never going to struggle carrying passengers. I mean, up here in the front there is absolutely bags of space. We've got a really wide armrest that two people can sit next to each other comfortably and not be bumping arms particularly. You've got this amazing glass roof, and I do mean amazing. And when you go in the back, so that seat is where I would have it normally, and then when you go in the back there's just mountains of space. So this seat is where I'd have it normally. I've got huge amounts of room to get my legs under the seat in front. Nobody is going to be uncomfortable in the back of a Tesla. And the best thing of all, the seats recline. So if you really want to lay back and look at through the glass roof at the stars or whatever, you've got plenty of room to do so. There are so many brilliant design features on a Tesla Model Y, but I'm going to show you two of them that have really caught my eye just because they're just so neatly done. And one of them is coat hooks in the back. And I've had all kinds of cars where you've just got a fixed plastic hook that you put things over. This is beautifully dampened. You know, that is a work of art. And then the other one is here, and it is the sun visors. What's exciting about a sun visor? You say, well, they're magnetic and look, it extends. So you literally can put it across the mirror if the sun is coming through there. I've had so many cars and I've never had a feature as clever as that. There is a huge amount of storage space in the Tesla Model Y. If you don't believe me, how about this? I'm in the boot. And I'm not just in the boot, I'm actually under the load cover. That is a lot of space. And if you need more space, simply push it back out of the way. And if you need more space, you've got these huge bins down the side. And if you need even more space, you've got this enormous amount of space underneath the boot floor. And if you're still needing space, you go around the front. And you open the front and there's even more space. We've got charging cables, two of, I've got a coat, I've got a high vis, I've got a first aid kit. But if you really need space, then in the back here, two levers to knock the seats flat. And then if you take the load cover out, you've got as much space as a van. One of the things that I noticed when I first saw this car, and since I got it I've really appreciated, is frameless windows in the doors. So you've got this lovely place to stick your arm, but when you open the door, see that? That is fantastic. I had a Mini Cooper 2015 one that had frameless windows in the doors on that, and I absolutely loved that feature, so I'm delighted to have another car that's got frameless windows. Whilst we're talking about the windows, another thing that I absolutely love about the design on the car is this, the little winglets that the mirrors sit on. I know you might be thinking, what's he on about? Why is that important? Well, just look at it. And again, the frameless door point I've already made, but this little winglet that the mirrors are on, that is a really neat bit of design, because there's so many cars where it's just this ugly lump of plastic. They have really thought about that and said, how do we design something that looks cool and is aerodynamic? I have to talk about the steering wheel. There's plenty of cars out there where the one thing that seems to have been forgotten is what the steering wheel is going to be like. So you end up with a car where the steering wheel is too big, or it's too thin, or the material that it's made of is horrible to feel. This is the thing you're going to be touching more than anything else. even in a Tesla with Autopilot, you're still touching the steering wheel, and this is a fairly small and compact steering wheel, so it looks sporty. It's got a lovely thick rim, so there's something good to keep hold of, and it's made of this lovely squishy material, which clearly isn't leather because it's got a vegan interior, but it's just nice to hold. And look, it's even stitched. Can you see that? It's got stitching on it, so it feels fantastic. We have to talk about the screen. I know this is one of the things that's slightly controversial for a lot of people about Tesla cars. So when you're coming onto my channel called Just Get a Tesla, and I'm saying, you know, look, Tesla is brilliant, Tesla does everything you ever need, I don't think they quite get it, and this is one of the things that scares a lot of people off. It's just a screen, because there really are very, very few buttons in this car. But 1 month in, all I can say to you is the screen is good. The screen works, because anything you need is just a button or two away, okay? Anything you need. So all of my controls on here, I can go to pedals and steering and I can change my different modes. I can mess around with charging. All of my autopilot settings are there. Locks, lights, the display settings. But it's not just that. There are shortcuts for some of the things that you need. So when you're driving along and you're using the wipers, everything's set to automatic. But if you press the end of the wiper stalk, the wipers come on, and there's a menu for wipers at the bottom. And it's the same thing where you're driving along on autopilot and you have symbols here for lights on this side of the screen. You just press them and you get a menu for lights. So everything's just a press away, but putting it all onto the screen just makes it neat. I love the minimalist design, and the technology that's behind this car is just absolutely brilliant. I did think about how I shoot this bit, talking about why I really love Autopilot, but what I think I'm going to do is insert me talking about it on some of my other trips here. But Autopilot, fantastic. It's a Friday afternoon and traffic's heavy, but the weather is appalling. It's raining really very hard. The roads are absolutely slick, and it's just a question of getting through this safety. Again, the car is absolutely giving me reassurance here. You know, the fact that I have got all of these sensors and all of these cameras watching for me. Yes, I'm watching myself. I'm keeping an eye on lots of things. When traffic slows ahead and we slow down, I'm checking behind and making sure that, you know, traffic is slowing. But, you know, Autopilot in bad conditions, in busy traffic, the car can see and anticipate better than I can. And I've been driving for decades, and I'm so reassured by the safety system, which is Autopilot. The sound system in the Tesla Model Y is absolutely stunning. So what else do I love about my Tesla Model Y? One of them has to be road holding. This is quite a big car. You sit high up, the bodywork's quite high up. You'd expect it to roll about, but it really doesn't. It feels well planted on the floor. You can chuck this car round bends because you've got the weight of the battery pack very low down, and that really does give you, you know, the confidence to go into something like this. Plus, frankly, regenerative braking is brilliant for tucking you into bends like that one. And then you literally just hoof it around, and with four-wheel traction, because obviously you've got electric motors on both axles, you know, this car has just got huge amounts of traction. So it really is a whole load of fun to drive. And that is my top 10 list of things that I love about my Tesla Model Y long range after 1 month. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have got loads more coming on this channel. More feature reviews, more tech reviews, more gaming, more mega road trips around the roads of Scotland. Please stick around, there's a lot more to come.